Took Irene to Jackson's on a cold December day. Rent was due by Friday, and pride don't always pay. The old man held it to the light, then wrote the number down. I signed my name beneath our years for $40 cash. I told myself I'd claim it when the hard times finally passed. But before I found the money, you got tired of coming last. I bought back the ring, but I couldn't buy back you. Polished up the gold, couldn't make the promise new. Now it shines inside a little box where your warm hand used to be. I bought back the ring, baby, but your love stayed out of reach. 3 months after you left me, I walked through Jackson's door. The same bell shook above my head, the same dust crossed the floor. I laid down every dollar from the overtime I'd done. The old man gave the ring to me and said, hope she's still the one. I didn't have the heart to tell him you had changed your name by then, so I slipped it in my pocket and walked home alone again. I bought back the ring, but I couldn't buy back you. Polished up the gold, couldn't make the promise new. Now it shines inside a little box where your warm hand used to be. I bought back the ring, baby, but your love stayed out of reach. Gold remembers every finger, every kitchen, every fight, every morning we forgave before we broke again at night. I thought saving that small circle meant our story wasn't through, but a ring can hold a promise. It can make one person two. I bought back the ring, but I couldn't buy back time. Couldn't pay for all the evenings when your hand was reaching mine. So I left it at Jackson's doorway with a note beneath the string. Give this gold to someone faithful. I've already kept the pain. The morning sun hit that window, made the whole pawn shop shine. And for once I walked away with nothing in my pocket but my life. You came dressed like forgiveness, baby, but I remember what you wore when you lied. You knocked at 6 on Sunday, rain shining on your shoes, had your good coat buttoned neatly like a man with nothing to lose. You brought a box from Miller's Bakery, my favorite lemon cake. But sweetness served with sorry doesn't change the mess you made. You said, I'm not the man who left you. I said, that may be true, but the woman who kept waiting ain't the one who answered you. So keep your Sunday suit, keep that clean white shirt. You can dress a lie in silk, but it still remembers dirt. Don't kneel down in my doorway, don't make repentance look so good. Monday knows the man you are, so keep your Sunday suit. You placed your hat beside you where your coffee used to stand. There was sunlight on your wedding ring, a pale mark on your hand. You said her name was over, said you finally understood. But a fire don't turn to ashes just because the smoke looks good. I heard the tremble in your breathing, saw the gray around your eyes. But mercy ain't the same as giving one more room to old goodbye. So keep your Sunday suit, keep that clean white shirt. You can dress a lie in silk, but it still remembers dirt. Don't kneel down in my doorway, don't make repentance look so good. Monday knows the man you are, so keep your Sunday suit. I forgive the nights you wasted, I forgive the names you called. I forgive myself for thinking loving meant enduring all. But forgiveness is no invitation, and peace don't mean return. I can bless the hand that struck the match without standing where it burned. So keep your Sunday suit, take your lemon cake and go. There are stains no preacher sees, but a faithful woman knows. Don't kneel down in my doorway, I have done the best I could. God may meet you where you're going, but keep your Sunday suit. The rain stopped before you left, and for the first time, baby, I didn't watch you walk away. Some doors close softly, some leave the whole night shaking. Your suitcase stood beside you, one wheel broken at the side. The station clock said 10 past 12, but neither one of us watched time. You held my hand without forgiveness, I held my pride like it was gold. Then the whistle split the silence, and the night turned twice as cold. I could have said, don't leave me. I could have called your name. But a foolish man loves quietly when he ought to beg her stay. I let the last train take you, watched the red light disappear. Had 1,000 words inside me, not one of them reached your ear. Now every whistle in the distance brings that platform back in view. I didn't lose you when you boarded, I lost you when I let you. There's a ticket in my wallet, faded thin along the fold. I keep it like a punishment, a little piece of getting old. The man who swept the platform said, son, you better run. But my feet stayed where my pride was till the leaving had been done. I thought love would turn around, thought the train might change its mind. But still don't stop for sorry, and regret don't keep good time. I let the last train take you, watch the red light disappear. Had 1,000 words inside me, not one of them reached your ear. Now every whistle in the distance brings that platform back in view. I didn't lose you when you boarded, I lost you when I let you. Oh, I've learned a man can be too strong to save the thing he loves. He can hold his head up proudly while his whole world rolls away. So tonight I'm at the station, though no train is coming through, just rehearsing 3 small words. Girl, I was wrong, I needed you. Oh, I let the last train take you, watch the red light fade to black. Now I trade these empty years for 1 minute to call you back. Every whistle in the distance cuts my old excuse in two. I didn't lose you when you boarded, I lost you when I let you. The station clock keeps moving, that old ticket's fading blue, and somewhere past the county line, my best goodbye still follows you. Rain on the window, baby. Same old record spinning slow. I set 2 cups on the table, then I put one back again. That little habit of missing you still walks in now and then. Your blue dress ain't in the closet, but I swear the room still knows when the streetlight hits that empty chair. Your shadow almost shows. I don't call it lonely. I've learned to dress it fine, but every midnight finds me with your name close to mine. That chair you left behind still leans toward the door, like it's waiting on your footsteps to come cross this wooden floor. I keep the lights down low, let the old song take its time, but nothing in this room sits still like the chair you left behind. There's a candle by the window, burned uneven on one side, like it heard the words we swallowed, like it watched us lose our pride. I wore that coat you used to borrow when the cold came through the hall. Found a ticket in the pocket from the night we had it all. I don't curse your leaving, I don't beg the past to stay, but sometimes love keeps breathing in the things we don't throw away. That chair you left behind still leans toward the door, like it's waiting on your footsteps to come cross this wooden floor. I keep the lights down low, let the old song take its time, but nothing in this room sits still like the chair you left behind. Oh, I tried to move it once, pushed it close against the wall, but the whole room looked at me like I had lost you twice that far. So I let it keep its corner, let it hold what I can't say. Some goodbyes don't leave the house, they just sit there every day. That chair you left behind still leans toward the door, and I still turn my head sometimes when the rain taps on the floor. I keep the lights down low, let the old song take its time. Lord, nothing in this room sits still like the chair you left behind. Rain on the window, baby, same old record spinning slow. And that chair still waits for you, like it don't already know. Funny thing about forever, baby, it only took one page to end. sat beneath a buzzing light at the county clerk's downtown. Your hat was folded in your hands. My eyes stayed on the ground. A black pen hung there on a chain, worn smooth by other lives. You signed the line beside your name, then slowly pushed it to my side. The clerk said, "Take your time, ma'am," like time was ours to take. But 10 good years were waiting on one little mark to break. Then the pen ran dry. Halfway through my name, you almost smiled, I almost cried, but neither one explained. The clerk brought out another, and the whole room carried on. The pen ran dry, baby, but our love was already gone. You asked who'd keep the dishes. I said, "Take the wedding set." You said, "What about the old clock?" I said, "It hasn't stopped just yet." We divided up the furniture, the records and the bills, but no one wrote a line for all the Sunday mornings left. There was no box for laughter, no space to list regret. The law knew what belonged to whom, but not what belonged to us. Then the pen ran dry. Halfway through my name, you almost smiled, I almost cried, but neither one explained. The clerk brought out another, and the whole room carried on. The pen ran dry, baby, but our love was already gone. I remember when that same hand wrote forever on a card. Now it trembled near the bottom where goodbye was printed dark. You whispered, "Are you certain?" I looked up and met your eyes, said, "I'm certain we can't keep on calling her to marry life." And the pen ran dry. Halfway through my name, for one small breath, the world stood still, then started up again. Beneath the silence, placed the black pen on its chain. The pen ran dry, baby, but I finished just the same. Outside, the courthouse steps were wet. You turned left and I turned right, and that little pin kept swinging underneath the buzzing light. You can't buy back yesterday, baby, but you can always pay the bill. You were waiting in the corner booth your head resting on your knee. That same old nervous little smile you used when lying came too easily. The waitress poured my coffee. You said you haven't changed, but 10 long years had crossed my face, and you still looked at me the same. You talked about the good times like the bad ones never came. But memory keeps two ledgers, one for pleasure, one for pain. I left 2 nickels on the counter, left your promises there too. Paid the waitress for the coffee, but I owed no more to you. You can keep that faded story, you can tell it any way you do. I left 2 nickels on the counter and walked out owing nothing to you. You said the woman after me never learned to understand. Said you finally knew the value of a good and faithful hand. Then you reached across the table, but I moved my finger slow. A hand that once kept waiting has the right to tell you no. I didn't need your sorrow, I didn't need revenge. I only needed one clean morning where our ending stayed at end. I left 2 nickels on the counter, left your promises there too. Paid the waitress for the coffee, but I owed no more to you. You can keep that faded story, you can tell it any way you do. I left 2 nickels on the counter and walked out owing nothing to you. Oh, I used to count the evenings, count the times you didn't call, counted every little kindness like it might repay them all. But love ain't bookkeeping, baby. Pain don't balance when it's shared. So I stopped adding up the reasons and discovered I was bad. I left 2 nickels on the counter, heard them ring against the wood. Such a small and honest sound for a goodbye that felt so good. You can keep the empty sugar bowl, the cold excuse, the corner booth. I left 2 nickels on the counter and took back every bit of truth. The bell above the doorway rang. The morning met me outside, and those 2 nickels kept on shining where your second chance had died. horses keep walking after the one who made them is gone. The flowers came on Tuesday, just before the afternoon rain. A dozen red carnations with your crooked little name. The boy stood there smiling, said, "Ma'am, these are prepaid." I held the door with trembling hands and watched his smile fade. You ordered them last winter when the doctor still said time, always thinking of tomorrow while I begged for one more night. The flowers came on Tuesday, but you left on Sunday morn. Now your love is in a water glass, and I'm learning how to mourn. Every petal says I promised, every thorn says he's away. You found one more way to love me. Then the flowers came on Tuesday. I set them by your photograph beside your reading chair. For half a breath the whole room smelled like you were standing there. There was a card beneath the ribbon, 30 years and still my girl. I read it once, then once again, while the rain erased the world. I thought death had taken everything, every touch and every word. Then your handwriting reached through silence like a voice I almost heard. The flowers came on Tuesday, but you left on Sunday morn. Now your love is in a water glass, and I'm learning how to mourn. Every petal says I promised, every thorn says he's away. You found one more way to love me. Then the flowers came on Tuesday. I won't press them in the Bible, I won't hide them from the light. I'll let every blossom open, I'll let every blossom die. 'Cause you taught me love ain't holding what the seasons cannot save. It's receiving what is given with both gratitude and pain. The flowers came on Tuesday, and I wore your favorite dress, poured 2 cups of morning coffee. Then I laughed at my forgetfulness. Every petal lost its color, but your card refused to fade. You found one more way to hold me when the flowers came on Tuesday. By Friday they were leaning, by Sunday they were gone, but your crooked little signature kept blooming all week long. A needle can close a seam, baby, but it can't close every wound. She came into my shop on Monday, with white satin on her arm. Said the wedding was on Saturday. Said she wanted something calm. She gave your name for pickup, and the room began to sway. But I pinned the cloth around her and kept every word in place. She spoke about your kindness, how you always came home true. I smiled into the mirror at the man she thought she knew. I hemmed the dress you married her in, stitched it straight and pressed it clean. Kept my tears above the fabric so they wouldn't leave a stain. Every thread pulled through my fingers like a memory wearing thin. I hemmed the dress you married her in, then I never looked back again. Friday, with the balance in your hand. When you saw me by the counter, you forgot where you should stand. You whispered, I can't explain it. I said, save that for your vows. Then I wrapped her dress in tissue, like my heart knew how somehow. You asked if I still hated you. I said hate takes too much time. Then I gave you back your money. Some debts don't belong to mine. I hemmed the dress you married her in, stitched it straight and pressed it clean. Kept my tears above the fabric so they wouldn't leave a stain. Every thread pulled through my fingers like a memory wearing thin. I hemmed the dress you married her in, then I never looked back again. Saturday, the church bells carried through the window of my room. I was cutting blue silk ribbon when I heard them ring for you. I laid my silver scissors down, let the final echo pass. Then I opened every curtain and let morning touch the glass. I hemmed the dress you married her in, gave her beauty, gave her grace. She walked toward the man I once loved, with no shadow on her train. You may tell her I was nobody, you may hide where you had been, but I hemmed the dress you married her in, and sewed myself whole again. The bell stopped before noon. My old machine rolled on, and one white thread lay on the floor where the last of you had gone.